Hey there, everybody. It's me, Vichach Muthumani. So it's been a while since I made my last video, like talking about stuff related to H1Bs, green cards, and all that other stuff. So, yeah, my last video was like life after H1B, right? So it's been a year since I made that video. And like a lot has changed after that in the sense like I was able to come back to the US again. So I wanted to do a master's in robotics and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So that's something I was interested in. And then I made an application and they gave me an admit. And it's been a year and I've been kind of studying here and it's been a lot of fun actually. So one more really cool thing is like I think this is my second master's. So I'm like yeah, it's my second proper masters, right? So it's like I'm having a lot of fun and I've learned a lot actually. And actually robotics and artificial intelligence is the future, right? So it's always good to know these things because in the future, most of the wars that are going to be fought are going to make use of robots, and like, most of manufacturing is going to be automated. And it's a very important skill to have. Say for whatever country is going to have people like me in the future, something really awesome. So like to be part of this revolution is really cool, and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so like that aside, um, and also one more thing is since I'm no longer under any time pressure, right? So I've been out of the matrix. I don't have like say the normal time tested path of finishing your degree, getting into H1B and all that. That's because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm kind of I don't give a rat's ass about that anymore. So for me, there's no pressure as to what will happen after I graduate. Go back to India. Maybe if I get an opportunity here, fine. If not, screw it, man. Go back to India and I can enjoy back home. So I've been there, I've done that, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, coming to the point. So now, like recently in this year, right, there was a new act that they tried to pass in Congress. I think it is called Equal Access to Green Cards for Legal Employment Act. Okay, or it's called EAGLE Act of this year. So what this act was supposed to do, highly unlikely it's ever going to pass. It's going to crash and burn. So it was like it's going to remove the per country cap. So that will help people from India, right, who are having these long visa backlogs to be able to get their green cards really fast. However, it comes with a price. If they were to remove the per country cap, people from other countries, right, who are now getting like their green cards in 1 year or 2 years time, they will have to wait for close to 4 years or 5 years, and they really freaked out. See, the thing is, when we Indians, right, when we wait for 100 years to get our green card, everybody will be like, "Oh, we feel sorry for you," blah blah blah. But when the moment it comes to them, right, their wait time increases from 2 years to four. They start yelling and screaming, and everybody starts to panicking. So all these people sent letters to congressmen, and that bill is dead on arrival. Now it went to Congress, and it's probably going to crash and burn, baby. Look at the eagle. The eagle is going to crash and burn, and it is burnt now. So that's the situation, and like all these Indians, right, who are now probably 15 years on H1B, who have kids, houses, and everything, they are all really freaking out. They're angry. Of course, you will be angry, but can't help it, man. Just think about the people from other countries. The thing is, why the hell would they want to increase their wait time for your sake? Right? So I know it's cruel, but that is what it is, and there's a lot of excitement going on in social media about that. So yeah, that's something I wanted to talk with you guys about. But in a way it's very but in a way I'm happy because since I'm not part of the system anymore, I can see it from a distance, right? I can see the fun. And also another really bad thing that happened was like this year, right, when people got laid off from these tech companies. I went to LinkedIn, man. I saw their stories. Okay, there is this one fellow, one Indian guy. He's been in the US for close to 15 years, still not got his green card, obviously due to the backlog. He has two kids. And now this fellow, right, he's got to pack his bags and go back to India after spending 15 years in the US, after working for a FANG company. Okay, who gives a shit whether you work for FANG or not? Once you're screwed without green card, you're nothing, right? So now he has to pack his US citizen children and he has to go back home. He put a message on LinkedIn begging for people with his high skills, begging for people to give him a job. That was seriously pathetic, man. Pathetic to watch. Anyway, so coming back to the point, this act, right, which bombed in the Congress. There will be more acts like this in the future, and our silly Indian people, they'll be like, "Oh, this act is coming up. Oh, they will give us freedom." It's never gonna happen. You should know the game, how it's played. Okay, the bottom line is this: Do you really think they want you to get your green card? You're like good labor for them, man. They are able to use your skills, exploit you at your best age, throw you out, bring in the next batch of guys with F1, right? With dreams and hopes in their eyes, use them and throw them. And they can still maintain their diversity quota in the US because, as long as they don't give you green cards, you won't have more Indians coming and settling here. So they achieve the goals of maintaining diversity in the US. And also because all you stupid Indians, you come here, you dupes, you come here, they'll make use of you, ring you, throw you out, and get in the next generation. So I'm sure a new act will come like next year, just to keep the Indian slaves in check and to get them to work, hoping for a year. That year it will fail. It'll go to the next year, a new act will come. It will fail and it'll keep repeating itself. Based on what I heard historically, this version of the act, right, it has been in the works since the year 2008. So now it's 2022. A lot of time has gone. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you really think about it, right, think about it from the point of view of the rest of the world. They don't want to make the sacrifice for the sake of a couple of Indians. How many Indians are we talking about? 1.5 million, I guess, to take care of the backlog and to increase the wait time. A person from another country who's getting it in 2 years, the green card, he doesn't want to have to wait for 5 years just for the sake of a couple of Indians who have a backlog stretching to 100 years, right? An Indian will probably die before he gets his green card. They don't care, it's not their problem. And, rightfully so. Because people are normally selfish, right? That's the way the world is. There are a few people of high character, but generally people are self-centered, so there's nothing surprising there. So at the end of the day, you, my dear Indians, probably slaving away, it is in your hands. You have to make a decision. If you don't want to be in this kind of a shitty situation, probably move to another country that respects skills and gives point-based, skill-based permanent residency, and move on. Okay, as far as I can see, if you're from India, if you're not rich, or if you don't have family sponsoring you to get permanent residency, it's seriously not worth it for you guys. Okay, if you're rich, it's no problem, right? I think now it's $900,000 or something. If you put and start a business in the US, you'll get it. If you have a family to sponsor you, you will get it probably in 15 years to probably 4 years. So that's what is going to wait for our Indian people. I'm just putting it out there for you guys. Think it through and do what you have to do. But the last thing I want is for Indians to keep complaining, because see, the data is already in front of you. If you guys can't make a decision based on that, that's entirely on you, and it's entirely going to be your responsibility to face the consequences. I hope like not many people in the future from India will be like that guy on LinkedIn, literally begging for another job so that he can stay in the US with his family since he spent 15 years here. Let's hope that's not going to be you in the future. Okay, so think it through and make a decision. There are other options out there for Indians to go to, and like the United States is not the only thing for us. Okay, think about it. Now some of you may ask me as to why I am spending time over here, because I've got a couple of options. If I really want, I can buy my green card, but I don't want to waste 900,000 when I can use that to make more money in the future. And the second thing is I have family sponsorship, full disclosure, so I can still get it anyway. Even if I don't get anything, if I want to retire, I'll pay 500,000, go to some other country or go to some place, live somewhere with permanent residency, next to a beach in some other country somewhere. So my life is pretty much set. I'm just laying it out for you guys so that some people may not be as lucky as me, or some people may not be as rich. Some people may be working very hard and thinking hard work is what is going to get them success, which unfortunately is not necessarily the case. Okay, and that's life. I know it sucks, but that's life. So for my Indian brothers, think wisely. Try to avoid the US and go anywhere else where you will be respected for your skills. Find happiness, joy, and a good life. See ya. Bye.